You put your key in the lock. The door swings open. And there they are. Your cat. Right there. Not across the room, not drifting in from another part of the house after a moment. Right there, at the door, as if they knew exactly when you were coming back. Most people smile at this, maybe say something to their cat, and move on with their evening. They assume it's habit, routine, maybe hunger. But what's actually behind that moment, why your cat is there, how they knew to be there, and what it means that they chose to be, is something far more layered than most owners ever stop to consider. Here's what's really going on. 1. They knew you were coming before you arrived. Let's start with the part that seems almost impossible until you understand how it works. Your cat was not sitting at the door all day waiting. They were elsewhere, sleeping, moving through the house, doing whatever cats do in the hours when no one is watching. And then, at some point before you arrived, something shifted. Something told them it was time. And they moved to the door. Oh. Cats have an internal sense of time that's built not around clocks but around patterns. The angle of light through the windows. The sounds from outside that shift as the day progresses. The particular quality of an afternoon that's different from a morning. Your cat has been tracking these things, not consciously, but continuously, and they've learned to associate specific combinations of them with what comes next. What comes next, at a particular point in the day, is you. They didn't guess. They didn't hope. They read the environment the way they've been reading it every day for months or years, and the environment told them you were close. So they went to the place where close becomes present. They were already there when you arrived because they understood something about time and pattern that most owners never realize their cat has learned. 2. They can hear and smell you long before you reach the door. Here's the part that makes the timing even more precise. Your cat's senses operate at a level that makes your own seem blunt by comparison. Their hearing reaches frequencies nearly 3 times beyond the upper limit of human perception. Their sense of smell is roughly 14 times more powerful than yours. And both of those senses are constantly scanning, not just the interior of your home, but the world outside it. Your car has a sound. A specific engine note, a particular rhythm of approach, the exact way it sounds when it slows and stops in a familiar place. Your footsteps on the path or the stairs have a weight and a cadence your cat has catalogued without ever being asked to. Your keys, your particular way of approaching a door, the specific sequence of sounds that precedes your entrance. Your cat knows all of it. And they detect it from far enough away that by the time you're reaching for the handle, they've had time to get up, orient themselves, and be waiting. This is also why your cat sometimes greets you at the door on days when nothing else in their pattern would have predicted your return. An early arrival, an unexpected day home. The pattern didn't tell them. Their senses did. They heard you coming. They smelled you approaching. And they went to meet you. And if this is making that daily greeting feel different, hit like and subscribe. We want to reach every owner who's been walking past one of the clearest signals their cat gives them every single day. 3. The door is the most important threshold in their world, and you just crossed it. To understand why your cat waits at the door specifically, you have to understand what the door means to a cat. Cats are territorial animals. Their sense of safety is built on the integrity of their space, on knowing what's inside it, what belongs there, and what the boundaries are between their world and everything outside it. Doors are the points where that integrity is most vulnerable. They're the places where the outside comes in, where the unknown becomes possible. Your cat monitors those points. They know which doors lead where. They know what comes through each one and when. And they've learned that one door in particular produces something specific, something that changes the entire atmosphere of the house the moment it opens. When you come through that door, the house shifts. The energy changes. The most significant presence in your cat's world re-enters it. And your cat, who has been tracking the boundary between your world and everything outside it, is there to register that moment in person. They're not just greeting you. They're witnessing the return of the thing that makes their territory feel complete. 4. Your absence was felt, more than you realize. This is the part most owners underestimate. Because cats are so good at appearing fine that it's easy to assume they were fine. Research has shown that cats form genuine attachment bonds with their owners, bonds that function similarly to the bonds human children form with caregivers. And one of the hallmarks of a secure attachment is that the absence of the attachment figure is registered, felt, not just noticed abstractly, but experienced as a real shift in the cat's internal state. Your cat, during the hours you were gone, was in an environment where the most important element was missing. They moved through your home, used your absence to do the things cats do: sleep, explore, exist, but underneath all of it, something was different. The house without you is not the same house as the house with you. And your cat's nervous system knows the difference. So when the signals start arriving that you're close, the sounds, the smells, the particular quality of the moment before you appear, something in them responds. Not with the frantic urgency of an animal in distress, but with the quiet, purposeful movement of a creature who has been waiting for something important to return. They go to the door because the door is where the waiting ends. It's where the house becomes whole again. 5. They're not just greeting you, they're checking you. Watch your cat closely the next time you come home. Really watch them. They don't just make brief contact and wander off. Most bonded cats spend the first several minutes after your return doing something specific. They circle you. They sniff you, your shoes, your legs, your hands, the bag you're carrying. They press against you, rub their face along your clothing, gather information from every part of you they can reach. This isn't just affection. This is an intake process. You've been out in the world, a world your cat has no access to and no visibility into. You've touched things, been around other people and animals, moved through environments that carry scents and signals your cat has never mapped. From their perspective, you've returned from somewhere unknown, and they need to understand where you've been. They're reading your day in the only way available to them. The scent of where you went. The physical state you came back in. Whether you're calm or tense, tired or energized. Whether anything about you is different from how you left. And underneath all of that sensory gathering, they're also doing something simpler. They're confirming you're okay. That you came back the same way you left. That whatever the outside world held today, it gave you back to them intact. 6. Every time they're at that door, they're saying the same thing. Here's what ties all of this together. Your cat didn't have to be at the door. Nothing required it. They could have stayed where they were, comfortable, warm, settled into whatever part of the house they'd claimed for the afternoon. Your arrival would have reached them eventually. They would have found you. The reunion would have happened one way or another. But they chose the door. They got up from wherever they were, moved through the house, and placed themselves at the exact point where your world and their world meet, so that the first thing you encountered when you came home was them. Think about what that takes. The attention required to track your pattern well enough to know when you're close. The attunement needed to pick your specific sounds out of everything else coming from outside. The deliberateness of choosing that spot over every other comfortable option available. None of that happens by accident. All of it is directed at you. Every single day. Your cat cannot stand at the door and tell you what your return means to them. They can't explain the particular way the house feels different with you in it, or what the hours without you are like, or why they find themselves moving toward that door even on the days when they're tired and the couch was warm and staying would have been easier. They just go. They wait. And when the door opens and you're there, they're there too. Not because they had to be. Not out of habit or hunger or anything that reduces to something simple. Because you came home. And for your cat, that is always, without exception, worth getting up for.